Yes, listening to that story with us about Joanna, Jim Lynskey, who is waiting for a heart transplant. Emma Johnson, who's been campaigning to get the organ donation rules changed to an opt-out system after her son needed a heart transplant, is in London with us as well. Very good morning to both of you.
Good morning.
So, Jim, welcome, by the way. And I know you're a little nervous in this situation, but just tell us a little bit. First of all, people see you're waiting a heart transplant. They'll see you've got various paraphernalia with you. Just explain your current situation.
Well, this is a left ventricle assisted device. It's quite a rare sort of heart pump, which is keeping me alive until I can receive a donor heart.
So this is something you're wearing all the time, is literally keeping your heart going?
Yeah, overnight as well. You know, there's no getting away from it, unfortunately, but that's the sort of state that the organ donation system is in at the moment. 3 people are thought to be dying a day, and I'm just thankful that I can live with this and not be that unfortunate.
What are you living with at the moment? Because from, I think, about the age of 8, you had a succession of cardiac arrests, is that correct?
That's it, yeah. I had 2 cardiac arrests at 8 and a further one at 17. And then I got pneumonia, which unfortunately attacked my heart.
Because you had, was it viral meningitis?
That's it, yeah. Yeah, I got viral meningitis with my twin sister when I was born. Grace came away unscarred, but unfortunately this has happened now. But you know, I've got to remain positive, and hopefully with the opt-out system, like you say, coming into place today, fingers crossed, you know, there'll be hope for people like me and those waiting.
Jim, how long have you been waiting now?
I've been waiting 3 years, which doesn't sound ages, but for someone so young, with the blood types that I am, with my height, etc., it is quite unusual that I haven't been able to access a heart. But
do you know what? 3 years sounds like ages to me. No, not even in a funny way. It does sound like ages at your age. What are you, 20?
22.
22. Yeah. So, you know, a seventh of your life you've been waiting for a heart. What have you been told in terms of how long it will take for I mean, it's an awful thing because you're effectively waiting for someone to die.
Indeed, yeah.
Who's suitable for you.
Yeah, it's a difficult thing, and it's a very fragile subject to promote. I try and promote it with a campaign myself on social media called Save9Lives. I think the message today really is not which scheme are we operating, whether it be opt-in or opt-out. It's, you know, can we please talk about it amongst our loved ones? Because ultimately that is the main thing, the key thing. With it being a soft opt-out system, families can actually reject consent, which is the frustrating thing for patients like myself. It's not, you know, whether you are or aren't an organ donor, it's whether you have or haven't had that conversation, and I think that is the key message today.
We've almost gained a spiritual daughter with Kira. We feel like we've got to know her. We know there are similarities between Kira and Max in their personalities, and Max is just thriving.
And I noticed, Jim, you're sitting here. This is your story we're talking about here. And you were nodding all the way through at the various points in there. And it's so important to emphasise the donor family. I mean, and Emma said it better than any of us can about how much that that relationship means ongoing for that family as well. Indeed,
like Emma said, it remains very private in the beginning stage, but it's a beautiful thing when you can meet your donor family. It is quite rare, but it is amazing if you get to do so. But I think it's amazing that such a young girl, Kira, was able to donate and save another young boy's life. And I think it's easy to forget that infants are involved in organ donation, and there's no age, no ethnicity that this doesn't apply to. So I think everyone watching this today really does need to have the chat if they can with their loved ones, and hopefully save more lives like we've heard today.
And Kira actually saved 4 lives. People don't realise how many. Jim, you mentioned about your campaign, 9 lives.
Yeah.
Well, people think, one person saves one person, but in Kira's case, 4 people, one of whom had been waiting for a kidney for 9.5 years. Just
it
incredible.
Is remarkable. Emma, thank you so much for your time this morning, and Jim as well. We wish you all the best. And as and when things change in your circumstance, do keep in touch.
Thank you
very
much.
interested to follow the story.
Thanks for having me.